Okay, so first round of usability tests for our app, which is the Subway app. That will basically, it's an automated assistant for you to go ahead and be able to. It will allow you to give you the most beneficial times, along with like news about train delays and everything. So it'll tell you, oh, maybe this train will be delayed. Something you take the F line and then you'll need to leave 30 minutes earlier, something like that. Basically, like an assistant to be able to help you to maximize efficiency and time to get you from your home to wherever or events. So this is the very first screen.
Okay. I don't have Facebook, so I'm looking at this and I'm not sure what to do.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we realized later on.
Okay.
We should include a manual login and sign up.
Okay, so now what? I'll pretend I have...
Okay. So... it's importing your events from Facebook if you have them.
Oh, I'm gonna sync it with my Apple Calendar. That's where I keep everything.
So you click on that.
I'll
Right?
just sync with other calendars.
Okay. You said Apple Calendar, so iCalendar?
Oh yeah, but they don't call it iCalendar anymore, but yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. It's this one. No, it's not. It's this one. I'm sure.
Yay.
Okay.
Okay, so now it's importing my events to my calendar. Okay, I get that. That makes sense. So now it's
Done again?
Now it's done, yeah. And now I'll go to my events.
Okay.
I'll go to my events. I don't want to go to my events. I want to go to the home screen.
This function, I can know.
So my events. What day is this? I don't see what day it is. Is it now? I don't know. So I'm guessing this is today. And I have Thesis Studio at 9 a.m. and I have Motion Graphics at noon. No. I would probably click now because I don't want to see times that have already passed. So I would just click now. Although I noticed it also said events, but I wasn't sure whether we were on events because it said my events at the top, but then it had a button for my events, which I thought was weird because I thought maybe there was maybe a list of all the events somewhere. I was a little, so I'm not sure, but I almost pressed that.
Sorry, your name's not Sally.
That's okay. Oh, so that's supposed to be my name. Okay, that's fine. We suggest you to take the F train instead to Thesis Studio at 9 a.m. because the train delays on the Q2. We suggest you take the F train. Leave 12 minutes. Leave in 12 minutes. Leave in 12 minutes to catch it. Okay. Leave in 12 minutes to catch it. Yeah, okay. So I'm not sure where, so I see I'm gonna miss this one. I'm gonna miss this one. So that's either, I'm gonna miss this one. That's either telling me I'm gonna miss it because I don't have enough time to get there. Or maybe that's an option, is like saying to me, oh, maybe this circle, I can press that and it'll tell me how to get there on the F train. And then this is a second option that says I'm gonna miss it, is basically saying forget it. I'm not really sure, but I think, yeah. I'm trying not to make suggestions. So I think I'm a little confused just because I feel like this is a circle, and maybe I didn't realize it at first, but now when I look at it, I'm like, maybe it's a giant circle button. But then if this is a button, and then that's also an option I can do, then they're different. But they're both buttons that I can do actions, but it's not clear to me that they're both actions. One feels like it's a status, but then when I look at it, it's a circle, so maybe it is a button. But then this maybe is a status just because it's text and not a button. Or maybe it's... I'm just going to say we suggest you take F train. I'm going to press it.
Okay, so that one, actually, if you just press it, it'll keep you on that. So it'll assume that always that you're not going to miss it.
Okay, so I'm going to take F train.
Right, and then we didn't finish that part yet, but it'll take you to the map.
Oh, okay, so if I press this, it'll take me to the map?
Right.
Okay, that's kind of what I thought after I realized it was a button, but at first I just thought it was information.
Yeah. And we weren't sure if we were going to put a map in our app or probably just link, like, do you like to open Google Maps?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So now what do I do? So if I would press that, it would take me to the map. If I didn't press it, I could go to the settings or now or events, right? All right. One thing I have to say is I really like, I mean, I shouldn't be talking during my test because you might want to do this. But I did like the 12 minutes to catch it because for me personally, if you tell me a time, like if you say, leave at 12:40 or whatever, that's good for me too. Also 12 minutes is also good because it really tells you you have to leave then. But I would say either one is really good, rather than just say giving a time. Like even if you said leave at something time, the amount of minutes is really good because it gives you that sense of urgency, even if it's 30 minutes. But I would say you probably giving the time to leave and the amount of minutes, because if it's 12 minutes, but if it's 30 minutes, it's a long time, it might be good to give both. All right. And I still get a little confused between events now and settings, because I guess this is all my events. This is now. What's happening now, and then my settings. I guess I click that to be able to change something. Is the test over?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You should let me know when it's over, so then and then you should guide me and be like, you know. So let me ask you a couple questions, or let's talk about your overall feelings or your overall impressions. Then that's when you can get more free form, where it's not actually tasks. One thing I would say is, some of the issues I had, I think, were because of the, you know, it's low fidelity, so some things are not as easy to tell. But you don't make any changes between now and the next test. Don't make any changes, because you want to see if it's just, you know, it's just me. You know, maybe other people will be fine with it. And then, you know, maybe I'm an outlier. And that's good to know. You never want to change the test within a round. If you want to make changes, change it after everybody and based on the reason. The other thing is, I would say, one thing to think about, I'll put my teacher hat on right now, is especially when you're in context with a with mobile, because it's small and it's a sense of urgency and there's not a lot of real estate. It's probably better to use active voice and change instead of prose. You can still use prose, but just make it a little bit more direct instead of kind of like we suggest you take the F train instead to Thesis Studio. I started fumbling and I was reading and I was confused, and also because it's all centered. Centered text is really hard to read. So maybe something like what? How would you change that? How could you change that to be more direct?
Choose F or just like 2 words.
Be really direct. Yeah. Take the F train to get to Thesis Studio on time. And then maybe smaller delays on Q train.
Would you feel that if like F train and Thesis Studio and the time was highlighted? Or
maybe, yeah. It's always good to like really figure out ways to emphasize the key points. Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, aesthetically, you want it to look nice. So if it doesn't look bold, but like maybe you come up with like kind of template of how you're going to deal with the text. Like every time you're giving recommendations, it's like the recommendation is at the top with a certain font, and then the delays or the issues are in a different font or a smaller font or treated in a separate area or lower or something like that.
One more question.
Yes.
Would you feel that for the, so this is the events page, and you kind of guessed, right? Would you feel that if you had more choice, so like today and then, or like this week or this morning or something like that, like more options for you to
It would be nice to be able to view options.
so like all events or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't think you would care about the change schedule of future events, right? Like, I mean, since it's gonna notify you at that moment, why would you even care? That you have to plan it. I mean, the system plans for you.
Now, see, you're giving your opinion, which is not good to tell me because I'm the tester. Now you're basically telling me I'm stupid for having another wish. I feel stupid. Why would you want to do that? Well, I'm crazy, that's why. No, I mean, you make a really good point, and I think that's something that you have to kind of figure out. And it's like also one of the choices as designers you can make, because this is something you're creating. And, you know, that's kind of one of those things where when people say, I want to be able to look at my whole schedule for a week of where I need to go. You already have your events somewhere else, so you could make a good argument that you don't need to see them all here. But like, if you know, like, because sometimes they have delays and changes, it might be good to know something like that, because what if somebody, I don't know every scenario, but like, you know, what if you have an appointment at 4 o'clock on a Thursday and they know, and it's this Thursday, but you also have a studio class earlier in the day, but there's been rerouting of trains, and then because of that, you can take the R train, and then the R train actually can get you to do another errand on the way or something, I don't know. But I don't, yeah, I guess the big question then is your app intended to be something that you're only looking at the moment when you're getting ready to leave, or is it something you're looking at in the early morning and planning? Or I guess one of the things is to find out how people schedule their days. You know, there's some people, everything's last minute. Everything is like on the fly. Where do I got to be now? What do I got to do now? You know, and then there are the people, you know, who get up really early in the morning. They look at their whole calendar, what they've got to do, and they plan everything and decide how they're going to organize their day because of that.
Would you, like, if you didn't have Facebook or Google Calendars or something, would you not use the app, or would you try to actually do that manually?
If I didn't have Facebook,
Like, if it didn't synchronize, would you do its own?
well, I don't have Facebook, but I do use my Apple Calendar, and I have my Apple Calendar on my phone and on my desktop. And
So you're not the person to ask about that. But like if you didn't, like, would you think it's not nice to actually do them, or it's fine to do like the
What do you mean?
fill in, like if it's not, like if it doesn't synchronize with something,
Right.
would you do it manually, or would you just use the app for like if it's synchronized with?
I would not.
No, right?
Because then I'm like duplicating my work.
Okay.
But if somebody doesn't do anything, then this will be kind of their calendar in a way.
Okay.
But then I imagine if someone doesn't do anything, they're probably not the people that would use an app at all, because they're yeah. But you never know. I mean, maybe you can ask people at the beginning before they start to test. You can say, do you use a calendar or do you use Facebook? Do you use both? Do you sync your calendar with your Facebook? Okay. And then if they don't do any of them, then say, would you use something like this at the end? And it's okay if they don't, because not everyone's going to be your user. Not everyone uses every app.
Yeah. It defines the users more, actually. So it's better.
Yeah. But I would totally use this app.
No. Sorry.
I would totally use this app, I think. But then there's also people who have privacy issues and they might not sync their calendar, but they would still use it for some. I don't know how they would use it, but things to think about. Things to think about.
One more question. We kind of got the idea from like sort of like Instagram where like the main page is like on the center bottom. So it's kind of two questions in one. So did you think that the now was clear enough, or what did you think about that?
What did I think the now was?
Yeah.
I just thought that was just going to show me like this time now, and like maybe instead of having like a daily event, it would just be right now what's happening. Yeah. Yeah.
I actually have one more suggestion for here. If you click, I'm gonna miss this one, it will have another suggestion for another page. But for me, I like to compare the roads, and maybe some roads take less time. I have to walk a long way. And if I click, I'm gonna make this one. How can I go back to this one? If I look at the road, I want to go back to.
So what was your thinking when you chose the I'm gonna miss this one? What was the point of that?
So that was actually right here. It's these two, right? So this one would say, next hour train leaves in 15 minutes, leaving 5 minutes to catch it. And if you're gonna miss this one, it will say, okay, fine, the next Q train will leave in 11 minutes. Can you make that one? Sort of like, it'll delay the time for you.
Right. Okay. So I think what the challenge here is in the labeling. Because remember when we talked about how you ask a participant, what do you expect to happen when you click this button? One of the reasons is you want to know what they're like. And do you remember what I said when you asked me? I don't remember.
Forgive, like how forgiving it's gonna be, so you can go back.
Yeah, but also like when just now when I did the test, when I was your participant and we got to this and I was thinking out loud.
You weren't sure which one to click, this one or this one, and you weren't.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure, and the reason why is because I wasn't sure what was going to happen when I clicked this. I wasn't sure if it was like, I'm going to miss this one, which meant I'm going to miss this appointment. So, screw it, I missed this appointment. I give up, I'm going to have to cancel. Because I'm going to be too late, I can't do it. So I think what is clear is like anytime your prompt text is ambiguous to some users, you want to try to make it as clear as possible what they're going to get on the other side. So that's why you ask people, like, what do you expect when you click? So, I like it because it's kind of familiar and it's kind of fun text. It's kind of like when when Chrome crashes and it's like, oh snap. It's fun. It's not like 404 error or 50 or whatever the error is. 404 is obviously not the right error, but it's just like technical and it's like not giving you any information. But so it's fun and it's friendly, but it doesn't give me enough to know exactly. It's a little bit vague, so I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to get. So if there's a way you can keep that tone, that fun tone, but then be more clear. And I think your point was interesting, which is, if I can have alternate routes, or I can get, especially again in context of mobile where people are in a rush, and in the context of this app, so I'm in a rush and I gotta go quick, and how can I understand very quickly and efficiently what I need to do and what I'm going to get so I can make another choice. Do I get other routes? Do I reschedule or whatever?
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.